I have tabled the latest community service law in Parliament recently, where the second and third reading is going to be passed very soon. So I would like to advertise to this morning, please do not throw rubbish anywhere. You will be invited to sweep the floor for 12 hours with special uniform given by KPKT. Don't treat it as a trivial matter. I am serious. Those who fail and throw rubbish everywhere, not only that you will be required to do community service such like Singapore, Korea, Sweden, Finland, Norway, you will also be required to pay compound from 2,000 to 10,000 ringgit, failing which the court with its inherent jurisdiction can send you to a very famous place called Bamboo River, Sungai Buloh. You know what I mean? And you know who is going to be your neighbor. We gathered here not just as policymakers, developers, or community advocates, but as architects of hope, because home is more than bricks and mortar. It is a foundation of dignity, the cradle of dreams, and the heartbeat of sustainable communities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunate to witness that last year, Malaysia witnessed a steady growth in the property market, where we recorded a 232.2 billion sales total property transactions in value, involving 420,545 units. This has been our best performance over the past decades. All thanks to the clear policy, favorable macroeconomic environment, political stability, low interest rate. It reflects the investors' confidence and also positive sentiment in the Malaysian market. While we celebrate this new milestone, we must also focus on finding a balance between the rapid growth of the property market and also the need for affordable housing. We must avoid the tale of two cities like stated by Charles Dickens, where one part of the city remains for the rich and the other part is for the poor and the less privileged. According to the National Property Information Center, NAPIC Property Market Report, affordable houses priced at 300,000 and below have made up 52.5% of total residential transactions last year. This indicates a strong demand from Malaysians for affordable homes, and the government is dedicated to delivering more in line with the Malaysian Madani's aspirations and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. However, this mission cannot be achieved alone. It demands the 4P models. 4 Ps means it's a people, public, and private partnerships, which refer to the symphony of government direction, private sector innovation, as well as community wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with the bedrock of this effort, government direction. Under the 12 Malaysia Plan, the Ministry of Housing and Local Government is dedicated to building 500,000 affordable housing units in this country. This includes initiatives by Prima Housing, Rumah Kediaman, SPMB, Rumah Mesra Rakyat, which provide quality housings at very affordable prices. I'm pleased to share with you that as at 1st of December 2024, we achieved 93.9% of the target, with 466,421 units affordable housing being approved. At the same time, we have also empowered over 50,000 first-time home buyers from the B40 and M40 families with government-backed loans through the Housing Credit Guarantee Scheme, what we call Scheme Jaminan Kredit Perumahan, SJKP. In response to the high demand, the Madani government announced an additional allocation of 10 billion in budget 2025 for the scheme, as well as tax incentive on housing loan interest payment to lessen the financial burden on the first-time home buyers. As of this morning, more than 78,000 home buyers has benefited from SJKP scheme. Furthermore, we rebranded Program Perumahan Rakyat (PPR), which was started in 1995. So we have a facelift and the upgraded version called Program Residency Rakyat (PRR). At the ministry, one of my key focuses is to remove stigma associated with affordable housing, as PPR are often labeled as a black spot for anti-social activities. As I've always emphasized, affordable housing should not just be livable, but also lovable. It is not just about providing a roof over people's top. It is about creating spaces that enrich their life. It must be designed with humanity at its core, focusing on the need and well-being of the people who will call it home. As such, the new PRR concept emphasizes on 5 key principles. There is accessibility, sustainability, livability, connectivity, and mobility with public facilities, which maybe to this morning I'll add one more, with a decent community. Ladies and gentlemen, it incorporates sustainable features such as Green Building Index GBI, solar panels, and rainwater collection system to ensure that the urban poor are not left behind during the transition into a green economy. We would like to share with you all that Malaysia is running as a candidate as UN Habitat President next month in Nairobi, Kenya. And of course, it is come with high responsibility to continue to promote SDG with urban renewal and affordable housing on the top of the agenda. Equally important are the human elements, community centers, childcare facilities, and green public spaces that foster connection and support. In line with the Malaysia Madani aspiration, we must ensure that these homes do not just meet basic needs, but enhance the quality of life for any individual and family. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to share with you that Malaysia's housing sector, especially many of our outstanding Malaysian housing developers, has won global accolades with FIAPSI World Gold Medals. So far, we have yet to win one single Olympic gold medals. Our housing sectors has won 35 gold medals worldwide. Last year, 2024, Malaysia won 5 FIAPSI World gold medals. What actually makes us proud is not only that we have the best shopping mall in the world, that is Pavilion Bukit Jalil. The accolade was given by FIAPSI World, where the headquarters is based in Paris, not in Kuala Lumpur. All right, and then what makes us even more proud is through Skyward Development Berhad, Malaysia won the best affordable housing project in the world. That is Sky World Awani. So I invite all of you, after your 3+1 conference, have a visit, have a look, because we believe sharing is caring. Ladies and gentlemen, while the ministry is doing its part to put the right policies in place, we also need our partners in the private sector to also stand up. I encourage all of you to be more creative and innovative in delivering affordable housing solutions. At KPKT, We have introduced tax breaks and fast-track approval to incentivize developers who dedicate 20 to 30% of their projects to affordable units. I hope we can draw inspiration from Residency Madani, built by Ming. We have a representative from Ming Group. We use fast-track approval where they got their development order by DBKL in less than 45 days. And to add more to this, recently we have just launched Malaysia's largest affordable housing projects in history. There are about 38,000 units affordable housing coming up next to the Silicon Valley of Southeast Asia, that is Penang, whereby this project is a joint venture by Penang Development Corporation and Skyworld Development Berhad. They managed to get the approval in 36 days for 38,000 units. This shows that the government's commitment, and also we believe that by adopting prefabricated modular technology, just as what mentioned by Dr. Daniel just now, you can't solve today's housing crisis with yesterday's solution. So what is important now, we have to adopt science and technology with a lot of innovation that's coming out. For instance, like what I mentioned to you, the largest affordable housing project in the country, now we are going to use prefabricated modular technology that can reduce construction waste, accelerate delivery, and lower the costs. Meanwhile, furthermore, developers can also explore the integration of smart home system in affordable units such as energy efficient design that help reduce utility bills for low-income families. And in our ministry's level, Prima Corporation has signed a strategic partnership agreement with Huawei so that in future, the home that built by Prima will also incorporate in the smart home features which add more value to the affordable home buyers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future. That a home that are affordable, sustainable, and tech-enabled. On the other hand, community must also play their part in helping to maintain the facilities provided in the public area. Do not vandalize the walls. Ensure that the trash is disposed properly. Embrace a civic mindset. I have tabled the latest community service law in Parliament recently, where the second and third reading is going to be passed very soon. So I would like to advertise to this morning, please do not throw rubbish anywhere. You will be invited to sweep the floor for 12 hours with special uniform given by KPKT. Don't treat it as a trivial matter. I am serious. Those who fail and throw rubbish everywhere, not only that you will be required to do community service such like Singapore, Korea, Sweden, Finland, Norway, you will also be required to pay compound from 2,000 to 10,000 ringgit, failing which the court with its inherent jurisdiction can send you to a very famous place called Bamboo River, Sungai Buloh. You know what I mean. And you know who is going to be your neighbor. So there's a reason why, Saudara-saudari, on that note, let us come together through the 4P model. That means people, public, private partnership. To help more Malaysians own their dream homes, we need you, everyone here, to embrace the profit with purpose mindset. Banks to provide financial support, communities to play the civil part in maintaining public spaces, developers building decent home with no less compromised quality, and I sincerely believe together we will build not just houses, but hope for the people. because I come from Pakatan Harapan. So Harapan is very important. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you well and a successful conference. Thank you very much.